You're born in a hidden den deep within the African bush, surrounded by the warmth of your siblings. You're one of three tiny, helpless cubs, eyes closed and fur barely developed. Your mother, a skilled hunter, has spent days preparing this safe haven. But with a life expectancy of only 12 to 15 years in the wild, it feels more like a temporary shelter than a permanent home. Well, make that two siblings. You just lost your brother to a lurking predator. First lesson of leopard life. Danger is always lurking. No pressure, right? Your mother is fiercely protective, but she knows the harsh reality of the wild. She's already thinking about her next litter, but don't worry. She'll wait until you're old enough to fend for yourself. Talk about a survival strategy. You'd think she'd at least wait until you're all named, but who are we kidding? Names are for animals that live long enough to respond. For now, you're just part of the latest batch in Mom's impressive reproductive resume. She's got this parenting thing down to a science. Nurse you once a day, keep the den clean, and otherwise stay away to avoid drawing attention from predators. It's not neglect, it's survival. The den is your whole world for now, a cozy hideout with just enough space for you and your siblings. Your first week is spent in darkness, wondering why Mom only shows up once a day for the world's quickest feeding session. The rest of the time, you're left playing the fun game of, is that sound death approaching? Could be the wind, or it could be a hyena sniffing around for a snack. At 3 weeks old, something amazing happens. Your eyes finally open, and you're starting to grow some fur. You might look like a tiny, spotted potato, but trust me, those spots are going to help you blend into the grass. Right now, they're mostly good for hiding from your siblings during feeding time. By the time you're 4 weeks old, it's time for your first venture outside the den. The moment every leopard cub dreams of and every mother dreads. You step out into the world, your little paws feeling the grass for the first time. Everything's going great until Mom's low growl echoes through the air. You freeze, heart racing as a shadow passes overhead. Just a vulture circling above. But this is your introduction to the outdoor lifestyle, trying to enjoy your first meal while playing an endless game of Spot the Predator. Welcome to the rest of your life. Your first few months of outdoor life are basically a crash course in Advanced Survival 101. That rustling in the bushes could be a snake. That shadow, probably a hawk. The neighbor's dog? Yeah, it's already taken out a few of your cousins. The supposedly glamorous life of a leopard isn't exactly stress-free. And let's talk about that hunting lifestyle for a minute. Sure, it sounds exciting, stalking prey, climbing trees, and showing off your strength. Except every other predator in the area wants the same meal you do. The really good stuff? That's in the open savanna, where you have to compete with lions and hyenas. One particularly daring day, you and your siblings decide to attempt what will later be known as the Great Impala Chase. The plan seems foolproof. You'll use your stealth to get close, while your siblings create a diversion. Everything starts according to plan until you trip over your own paws and the impala bolts. Your siblings scatter in different directions, and you're left watching your dinner run away. Time for emergency protocol. Every leopard for themselves. After that fiasco, you decide solo missions are more your style. You develop your own special technique for those times when the savanna looks particularly inviting. Wait until the sun sets, then sneak out under the cover of darkness. It seems foolproof until you discover the local lion pride has claimed the area as their territory. Your heart races as you realize you're not the top predator anymore. Now comes the most interesting part of leopard life, dating. Though dating might be a generous term for what's essentially a fierce competition for mates. You spot a beautiful female, flash your most charming growl, and wait, who's this guy? Great, now you've got competition. Turns out being a male leopard means participating in the world's furriest fight club. You square up against a rival male, both of you engaging in a dramatic display of strength and agility. There's growling, fur flying, and dramatic posturing that would put a soap opera to shame. The female watches from a safe distance, probably wondering if she should have swiped left. After what feels like an eternity of posturing, you emerge victorious. The actual mating part? Blink and you'll miss it. One quick encounter, and that's it. You're about to become a father. Though don't expect any world's best dad mugs. Your part in this story is done, and the female is already planning her nursery den far away from you. Winter has passed, and spring has rolled around for the third time in your life, making you ancient in leopard years. You notice the first signs of aging one morning while stretching. Hold up, was that your back cracking? You try a test sleep, and yep, that's definitely not the bounce of your youth. Welcome to senior leopard life, where every leap comes with its own sound effects. Your morning routine now includes a solid 5 minutes of psyching yourself up just to leave the den. Okay, you got this. Just one leap at a time. No, don't think about how that lion seems to be prowling closer these days. Your once graceful jumps have turned into something more like a slow shuffle. The younger males in the area don't even bother challenging you anymore. Though you tell yourself it's because you look too intimidating with your graying fur and battle scars. Reality check. It's probably because you look about as threatening as a sunbathing lizard. One day, you're lounging in the sun, contemplating whether it's worth the effort to move to a shadier spot when something catches your ear. Your instincts kick in, and you realize that a hawk is circling above. You summon all your remaining strength and attempt the most dramatic leap of your life. For a brief moment, you feel young again. But wait, turns out you didn't actually leap. You just tripped over your own paws and rolled out of the way. Well, that's embarrassing. You've had a good run, survived longer than most, which in leopard terms means you made it past a few seasons. As the shadow descends again, you can't help but think that maybe being a leopard isn't so bad. At least you won't have to worry about hunting anymore.